1, 2, 3, audio check.
Audio check, 1, 2.
Access for administrators, because it hasn't started yet.
What is? Oh,
when they go to the YouTube sites like that. Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Florence High School tonight's matchup between Florence High School Lady Gophers and the visiting Santan Foothills High School Sabercats. At this time, we ask that you please rise and go your head when playing on our national anthem. Now, at this time, we will introduce the starting lineup for the visiting Santan Foothills Sabercats. Under the direction of head coach Florence Javier. Number 5, Emily Sartan. Number 11, AJ Williams. Number 12, Morgan Hopkins. Number 14, Mallory Matthews. And number 20, Alexis Draves. And now for your home team, Lady Gophers. Number 7 and blue, under the direction of head coach Robert Malamir. Senior. Number 10, Araceli Guardariz. And guard, number 11, 21, Mackenzie Michael.
All right, and welcome to Florence High School for tonight's game featuring the Santan Foothills Sabercats and the Florence Gophers. I'm Steve Miller from Santan High School, joined here in our virtual makeshift booth by Toby Haugen.
Hey, great to be here, Steve.
And, of course, Toby Haugen is the principal here at Florence High School, and look forward to a competitive game. You know, these teams matched up a couple weeks ago, and it was a pretty competitive, fun-to-watch game, so looking forward to tonight.
Yeah, when Santan Foothills and Florence get together, it's always a great night.
Now, it was a close game for quite a while, but it ended up being a 60-35 victory for Florence in the last game. But, you know, basketball is a game of familiarity, and after you've had the chance to see a team once, these second games can sometimes be a roller coaster ride.
And that's kind of the way it's been in the past years here when Santan and Florence get together. The first game sometimes is lopsided, and the second game is always real tight and competitive.
All right, and we watch the Gophers with the first offensive possession. Three-point shot by Angelica Gortares, rebounded by the Sabercats as they work the ball up court past the time stride. A double team out at the top of the key, passed over to number 5, Emily Sarton. For three, that shot is long. Oh, good hustle by the Gophers. Two Santan Sabercats there for the rebound, but it is picked up by Angelica Gortares. Missed shot by the Gophers. They make their way down the court. The Santan Foothills makes their way down the court for their second offensive possession. An errant pass goes out of bounds. And, you know, both these teams in this first minute are probably working out just a little bit of jitters. This is an important rivalry for both teams.
Absolutely it is. Everybody wants to play their best, and so they're going to work that out tonight. And I'm going to be a little biased. I think the Gophers are going to come out on top on this one, Steve.
And you're allowed to be biased, because being biased does not preclude also being wrong. And rebound by Santan Foothills as they push the ball up to A.J. Williams, but stolen by Araceli Gortares. Gophers slow the ball down near midcourt as they try to find a way to get through this Santan Foothills defense. Shot is up, no good, rebounded by A.J. Williams. And the Gophers retreat. Long pass to Emily Sarton. Passed off to Alexis Draves and then tipped out of bounds. Santan Foothills will have the ball on the side with 6 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in quarter number 1, still scoreless. Foothills works the ball near the top of the key. Inside pass is completed to Mallory Matthews, who misses the shot. Gophers heading up court. Shot by Liliana Ramos, up and no good. Rebounded by Angelica Gortares. And Lily Ramos has to get hot. She is the number 1 scorer on this team. And, you know, if she gets hot, that might be the key to the Gopher victory, however unlikely it may be.
Well, I think it is likely, but this is also the kind of play that we're accustomed to at Florence High School with this girls basketball team. They're always aggressive. They're always playing hard. And Lily Ramos is a part of a squad last year that just really took it down the court every time.
You know, that's kind of a trademark of Coach Bellemare. He always has really hard-working girls on his team. You know, for years, for 6 or 7 years, I was here as a Florence Gopher, so I've had a chance to see this team quite a bit, and always hard-working teams.
Absolutely. I think what's nice to see with it's like Santan Foothills gets the first points of the game.
Yeah, it's Mallory Matthews. 2-point basket is good. She'll have a chance for the 3-point play, and I think that's one of the things that I've noticed over at Santan Foothills so far this year is they're a team that never gives up. I've seen this team down by 15 or 20 points and never gives up, always has a lot of fight, and that's the trademark of a good coach and teams that don't give up.
Absolutely.
So Mallory Matthews at the line trying to complete this 3-point play, giving the Sabercats a 3-point lead. Free throws no good. Rebounded by Alexis Draves. Ball passed up to Morgan Tompkins as the SaberCats try to find a way into the defense. Pass is stolen by Aubrey Farmer. Lays it up and in and ties this ball game. Foothills back. Out on the wing. The Gophers aren't letting a lot of inside passes go in this game right here, so Santan Foothills is going to have to find a way to kind of spread that defense and get the ball in close. Scramble for the ball. Lucky to not get a traveling call as Santan Foothills retains possession. Morgan Tompkins up for three. No good. Rebounded. Looks like number 33, Juliana Paulson, comes down with the rebound. Halfway through quarter number one. Paulson is up and shot is no good. Rebounded by Alexis Draves. And before they bring the ball up court, we have a 30-second timeout called by Coach Habiger of Santan Foothills. So, Mr. Hagen, what have you seen in this game so far? We're halfway through quarter number one. We're tied at 2. There's a good taste of what we're in for in this game. What have you seen so far?
Yeah, I think it's just going to be a tight game with lots of fight, and nobody's going to give up, and nobody's going to let anything get past them. They want to. Every team wants to win.
And here in the Florence Unified School District, this is an in-district game right here. And as we know, today was the first day back in person for all of our students, having a full day of class after online instruction. So that kind of plays into a game like this. Probably a little bit of fatigue as you haven't had a full school day in a while, and these kids all had a full school day. They were up early, and now they're playing basketball. It's the first time in weeks.
Yeah, probably about 4 weeks that we've had a schedule like today. So it'll be interesting to see the endurance and the stamina that these girls will be able to have tonight.
Gophers move the ball up the court as they set up their offense with 3 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. That's Liliana Ramos looking for a way in. She drives. Shot falls just short, but we are going to have a foul that's called on number 12, Morgan Tompkins. That'll be her first, team's first, and that will send Liliana Ramos to the line shooting 2. First free throw is up and bounces out. She'll have another chance, but we are still tied at 2. Free throw shot attempt is up and down. Rebounded by Juliana Paulson. Putback is no good, and Santan has possession of the basketball. Continue to work against that tough Gopher defense. Alexis Draves looks like she might have had a shot inside, but closed down nicely by the Gophers. Ball back out on the perimeter. Up to point guard Morgan Tompkins. Passes into Draves. On her way in past 4 Gophers is Morgan Tompkins. Rebounded by Mallory Matthews. Just getting in that close to the basket on a play like that is amazing. You had 4 Gophers who were all in reasonable position, and just the footwork got her close to the basket. Difficult shot, but at least a shot attempt close to the rim, sending Mallory Matthews to the line.
The Gophers are excited this year. We've not had a lot of height on our squad in years past, and this year with Paulson and number 33 and Hikus, both have some good height that are able to get those rebounds in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Paulson is leading the team in rebounds, but what's most amazing to me is you would think some of those taller ladies on the Gophers would account for a lot of those rebounds, but Liliana Ramos, who is not one of the taller players out there, but really just a skilled athlete, she's ranked number 2 in rebounds on this Gopher team.
Yeah, and I think that really just talks to, again, the fight of this team. They're a team that's scrappy. They're not afraid to get in there and mix it up and play aggressive.
Still tied at 2 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Shot is up, Finger roll goes in. That shot is by Liliana Ramos. Ramos is the leading scorer on this Gopher team, and you can kind of see why there as she puts that shot up and in and tries to complete a three-point play here at the line. Free throw is no good, rebounded by Mallory Matthews as Santan pushes the ball up court. Closing in on 2 minutes and 30 seconds here in quarter number 1. Ball continues to swing around the perimeter. Shantaria Sanders with the ball, looks to get rid of it. Pass to Alexis Draves. Over to A.J. Williams. Nice pass to the inside. Shot by Mallory Matthews is no good, but draw the foul, and great passing there by the SaberCats as they work the ball inside.
Yeah, the Gophers are all just looking to be disruptive, just to try to get in the way of the ball. It'll be the pass game.
And on that offensive possession, the Gophers weren't in a terrible spot, and their hands were just a split second too late to disrupt those passes. And you saw the ball move from the wing to the interior, and Santan able to draw the foul, although they don't convert on the first of 2 free throw attempts. Mackenzie Hikus and Angelica Gortariz join the court for the Gophers. Shariah Moore, Armani Rodriguez, and Emily Sarton back on the court for Santan Foothills as we await the second free throw by Mallory Matthews. And on both sides of the ball, not great free throw shooting so far, and in a 4-2 game, and a game that looks to be low scoring, and as we see another terrific drive by Liliana Ramos. Free throws might be an important part of this game, and neither team seem to be cashing in.
Absolutely. That's a little bit of a slow start with the free throw game.
Good move there by Morgan Tompkins, who runs into a Gopher player. A little bit of chaos on that is there was a loose ball, but it does end up in Gopher possession. Slowing the ball down, our Florence as Ramos brings the ball up. Sets the offense from the top of the key. Behind the back dribble, challenges Tompkins. Shot is up and no good, and we have a fast break opportunity here. Pass sent forward for Shariah Moore. Just a little too far back, kicked back out. 3-point attempt by Sarton. Falls short, out of bounds. Gopher basketball. Ramos working at the top of the key, drives in, shot is no good, rebounded by Armani Rodriguez.
Gortariz gets in the way of that one, takes it in, passes outside.
And that shot is good by Araceli Gortariz. Yeah, and that offensive possession there by Santan, you're running forward, you feel pretty good that you just got that rebound, and you probably shouldn't try and pass it through the 3 Gopher defenders, and it cost you a possession there and ultimately 2 points. So off the inbound, that is going to be Gopher basketball there. It's going to be inbounded by number 1, Aubrey Farmer. Bounce pass into Araceli Gortariz. 3-point shot is up and good.
Yes.
We've got to get out and play defense on her. She does have a pretty good shot from outside. Third leading scorer on this Gopher team. Mallory Matthews working her way inside. Foul is called on the floor. No free throws forthcoming, but that is a second personal foul called on number 21, Mackenzie Hikus. And that's one of those taller ladies that you were talking about that makes a big difference in rebounding for the Gophers.
She does. And Hikus, she is an aggressive player, and she's not going to let anything get by her. She's not going to let anybody push her around.
That is one of those things, though. When you have an aggressive player like that, they have to be real careful not to get into foul trouble, because if you're too aggressive too early, you take yourself out of the game.
Yeah, it is a tricky balance for sure.
And once again, Morgan Tompkins drives in, draws the blocking foul. It's going to be 5 team fouls on the Gophers. That'll be the first called on Liliana Ramos. Morgan Tompkins at the line shooting 2 free throws. And like we talked about earlier, these free throws are going to be big in getting Santan back into this game. Currently trailing by 9 points. First free throw is no good.
Angelica Gortara is back into the game, in for Lily Ramos.
Second free throw from Tompkins on the way. Shot is up, and that one is good. Cuts this lead to 8 points. 8 seconds remaining. Gophers look like they'll try and set up for what I thought would be the last shot, but that shot comes pretty early, rebounded by Gortares, and that shot does not get off, so we head to the second quarter. Gophers have an 8-point lead, 11-3, and we'll be back in just a moment.
As Bellemare talks to his team over here, I can kind of listen in, and he's pushing out what we just talked about being aggressive and not letting up. That's definitely going to be the key in this game, I think, for both teams, is that always pushing forward.
Well, absolutely, and especially now, the Gophers got a little bit of a run. They put 6 points on the board in pretty rapid succession, so you have enough of a rhythm here where you don't want to lose that momentum you gained going into quarter number 2. As you see, a really aggressive rebound there. What you're talking about with Mackenzie Heikes and her rebounding skill, draws a jump ball, possession arrow with the Gophers.
Aubrey Farmer's bringing it down out to Gortares.
Oh, that tipped off of Mackenzie Heikes on the way out, so it will be SaberCat basketball as they inbound, looking to cut this 8-point lead as we start quarter number 2. 7 minutes and 37 seconds remaining. Once again, Morgan Tompkins drives it in, dishes it off.
That was a great pass
to Mallory Matthews. And, Morgan Tompkins has been doing such a good job of driving the ball inside. She's been drawing a lot of fouls. That time, the defense crashes in. She passes it off, and it's an easy 2 points for Santan. But followed up there by Araceli Gortares. Another 3-point basket, and we're back to a 9-point lead.
Gortares is dangerous on the outside.
But another excellent pass there by the SaberCats into Morgan Tompkins. 7-point lead, and all of a sudden this second quarter has turned into almost a heavyweight fight as these two teams just really solid plays on both sides as they go up and down the court. Long pass that is complete to Armani Rodriguez, who lays it up and in, got behind the defense. This lead is now cut to 5 points, and momentum has shifted once again to the SaberCats. Quick shot is up and no good. A behind the back pass there, handled by Aubrey Farmer. Quickly stolen by Emily Sarton. Oh, that's a tough play for the SaberCats right there. They got a steal. They had an attempt at a fast break. And if you're Sarton right there, that's where you got to pull the ball up, take a deep breath, let your offense get set. There wasn't anything there on the fast break, but you have that momentum and you kind of feel invincible.
Yeah, just keep it in control. Keep it in control. Farmer outside to Ramos who takes it in.
Now, once again, a long pass that's intended for Armani Rodriguez off her fingertips. And another ill-advised pass. So you didn't really have the open player. You didn't have the numbers. So got to settle down a little bit. You like what the SaberCats are doing, remaining aggressive, but you want to turn some of these possessions you're getting off your rebounds into points.
Cortez gets to come in, take that three, missed it unfortunately, but got a second chance to be able to bring it back in for the two.
And it looks like we're going to have a full timeout on the court. That full timeout is going to be called by Santan Foothill, so you can kind of see Coach Habiger notice the momentum swing starting to slow a little bit, and probably wanting to tell her team to take a deep breath. You don't have to go for these aggressive cross-court passes. You don't have to go for these long full-court passes that work the ball inside, because when the points are coming, they're coming from penetrating the defense, dishing the ball off, and getting an easy layup.
Yeah, again, controlled passes.
We have 5 minutes and 33 seconds remaining to go in period number 2, as this timeout is coming to a close. It'll be interesting to see when we come out of this. Did this timeout help them regain the momentum, or is this timeout going to slow the pace of the game and maybe give some momentum back to the Gophers, or at the very least turn it into what we saw in the first quarter, which was a bit of a stalemate? Now, and on the camera there, you can see the student wall here at Florence High School. That was your idea, was it not?
Well, I usually get about one good idea a year, and that was it. It's been pretty popular. We tried to do that for some of our opening games. Unfortunately, we're limited on the number of fans that get to come in, and we definitely don't have a student section this year.
And that's something that's worth at least bringing up in these games right here, because basketball by itself is already enough of a difficult sport and kind of an aerobic exercise. But what these ladies are doing with masks on the court, it's all in the interest of safety, but it does change the game a little bit, and it almost might punish a team that plays at a faster pace compared to one that is more traditionally a half-court offense.
Absolutely.
Let's be honest, we're not doing much here except sitting in the stands, and in our mask, I can almost feel a little bit exhausted wearing a mask while we're calling these games.
Paulson with the rebound. Farmer takes it down to Gotares.
Really good defensive positioning there by the SaberCats as they're able to disrupt the shot without fouling. Followed up by a steal and then a rebound. That rebound by number 11, A.J. Williams. That's the second on Liliana Ramos, and perhaps more importantly than the second foul on Ramos is that foul is the 7th team foul, and that will put the SaberCats into the bonus for the last 4 minutes and 41 seconds of this first half.
And as you talked earlier, this could be that turning point. If the SaberCats can turn around on the free throws and start making these, this could be the opportunity where they close this gap a little bit.
Yeah, and at the line you have A.J. Williams, who's a really talented freshman, has made a lot of contributions to this team thus far. We'll see if she can hit the front end of the one-on-one, and she does, closing the lead to 6, and she'll have a second shot at a free throw coming up here. Second free throw is no good.
Ramos
Rebounded.
Rebound. Takes it all the way down.
Lead back up to 8. Pass to Armani Rodriguez, who sees a hole in the defense, maybe left her feet a little bit early there, going for the layup, and loses the ball out of bounds. Possession back to the Gophers.
I got to wonder if Paulson is just playing a little bit cautious there. She kind of let her go past her there. Gave up that opportunity for that basket. Trying to stay out of foul trouble.
Ramos continues to work against that defense. Shot is no good, rebounded by Shariah Moore. Passes out to A.J. Williams, who works the ball up court. Passes back to Moore off the fingertips. Gopher basketball. Pass was just a little bit high there. Moore not able to come down with it as Gophers will set up as they move the ball up court. 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining.
Jordan Castaneda comes in for the game.
And that ball is loose and picked up by Morgan Tompkins, who is then fouled on the play. Once again, we're in a 1-and-1 situation right there. That's the second personal foul called on Araceli Gortares. And that play was interesting because I think everybody on the court had a chance to pick up that basketball, and it rolled through all of them right into the waiting hands of Morgan Tompkins. Once again, this is going to be a 1+1. So the first half of this free throw is just so important in closing this lead. Tompkins shoot, and it is good. Cuts the lead to 7, 18-11 with the second free throw attempt coming up.
Paulson with the rebound. Out to Farmer, brings it down. To Castaneda. Rebound Paulson, puts it up, gets the foul.
Yeah, Paulson was in a great position to rebound that basketball, and then being the tallest of the four players in the area, she just put her hands up. Foul is called on A.J. Williams, her first. That is a 2-point or a 2-shot free throw coming up here. That is up and good. As we see some substitutes coming onto the court here. You know, both teams trying to get some fresh legs out there as we come into the home stretch on our way into halftime. 8-point lead for the Gophers. Second free throw is up and good. 9-point lead as the inbound goes to Morgan Tompkins. She'll be working against Liliana Ramos.
Liliana with the block shot.
Good defensive positioning there by Paulson to come up with the block. Good attempt at a steal there by Tompkins, but comes up short. And
a fancy finger work there with Ramos as she lays it up.
And that's an all-or-nothing play, because if you come up with the steal, you're a hero. But if you miss that just as she did, now you've got a 4-on-5 and a much easier shot opportunity there for the Gophers.
Another foul on the Gophers.
That is going to be the 9th team foul there. A.J. Williams back at the line, shooting 1+1.
That foul's on Farmer. It's her first foul.
You know, although we've had 9 team fouls called, not a lot of foul trouble on either team right now. Both teams are staying out of foul trouble. Nobody, I think, has even amassed their third personal foul yet, so still wide open, even though there have been a lot of team fouls against the Gophers.
Farmer with the rebound, brings it down. Liliana Ramos sets it up at the top of the key. Out to Farmer, takes the 2.
Pass down the length of the court.
Tompkins had some great footwork down there with that rebound, keeping it in play.
Sabercats continue to work, but there's 3-second lane violation called against Foothills. That is going to be kind of a mental error there, staying in the key for a little bit too long, as we see checking in once again is Mackenzie Hikus for Florence. And it's kind of a sneaky score in this game because there's been runs on both sides, and there's been flashes of brilliance by both Santan and Florence. And even though the momentum shifts have happened, this is still the biggest lead of the game for the Gophers. And you know, even though you've seen some of these great plays, we're looking up at a 12-point lead here.
Right. I think Ramos is really showing her senior status here, being able to stick with a shot, not give up, get the 2, draw the foul.
Yeah, statistically, really a leader in just about every category on this team, and
Hikes
scoring
with the
and
rebound.
rebounding. Now it looks like everybody is okaying up after that play right there.
We're going to sub Paulson back in for Hikus while she takes a little breather.
And you can see Santan, after she went down, offering her hand up, talking to the referees. A hard foul. And you're glad everyone's okay because that was just within the spirit of the game there, and it's just unfortunate that happened. Oh, look at the fight underneath there by Alexis Draves.
Again, sticking with it. AJ Williams gets the 2.
You talk about the senior leadership of Ramos. That play right there is the senior leadership of Draves. Continues to fight for the rebound. 3-on-1, kicks the ball out and able to get an assist for AJ Williams. Ten-point lead, 1 minute, 30 seconds remaining to go until halftime. Santan inbounding the ball. Tompkins at the top of the key, passes into Draves. Ball gets away from her.
Farmer to Gortares.
And rebound once again by Draves, and you can see her just mentally trying to take over this game, seeing that her team needs a pick-me-up, and all of a sudden the extra hustle, the extra step, going just a little bit faster, and it's showing out on the court right now. Santan continues to work the ball inside. Kicked back out. Shot no good by Emily Sarton. Rebound to the Sabercats. Draves back to AJ Williams. Okay, we had a tip on that pass. Referees are going to call that a kick ball, kicked by the Gophers. Santan will inbound the ball from the far side of the court. "35 seconds remaining to go until halftime."
Castaneda's in for Ramos.
Oh, tough drive in by Morgan Tompkins, who runs into Juliana Paulson. She's still down. And she's going to get up and maybe had the wind knocked out of her. Paulson was in the key, and they just collided with a lot of force there.
Again, our 2 tall ladies, Paulson and Hikus, they are walls, and when people run into them, oftentimes the wall doesn't fall down.
And that says a lot there for one of the senior leaders of the team, Morgan Tompkins, that she lowers her shoulder and sees those taller ladies on defense, knows her team needs a play, and is willing to sacrifice and throw herself in there like that. You like to see that out of Ramos, out of Draves, out of Tompkins, out of Gortares. These ladies, these seniors that, some of them, this is coming up on the end of a season that might be the last season they're playing basketball, and using that senior leadership to carry their teams and show these underclassmen and show some of the younger players what experience can do.
Araceli Gortares tries to go up for the 3. Bounces off the rim. Farmer's going to take it in. Castaneda with the save. Draves from Foothills with the rebound. Tompkins takes it down. Out to Williams with the travel.
Oh, and you could just see that extra little bounce right there. Didn't matter. That shot was pretty short anyway, and we've got 0 showing on the clock, but there was no buzzer. So that was pretty close. Referees put 1 second back on the clock.
You know, A.J. Williams has been a pretty good shot tonight. I kind of got to wonder if she felt that she had that travel and maybe just didn't get that ball read the way
Yeah,
she
definitely.
because she knew it was going to be a foul.
Well, and definitely out of rhythm right there. You take that extra step, and even if the whistle doesn't blow, it's throwing your rhythm off just enough that it's probably not going to be a great shot. But that does take us to halftime. We'll be in a 10-minute break for halftime, and we'll be back after that.
5 seconds left here in halftime as we get ready to come back.
As we begin the second half, Florence will have possession.
On the court for Florence, the Gortaras girls, Lily Ramos, Mackenzie Hikus.
And opening possession goes to Florence. Santan looking at a 9-point deficit here as they look to close. And like we talked about in quarter number one, one of the attributes that this Santan Foothills team possesses is just never giving up, never quitting. And we're going to see that put to the test here in the second half.
Straight out the gate, Liliana Ramos takes it in all the way. Gets the basket, draws the foul.
No, I think that basket fell just short, so it's 2 free throws, misses the first one.
That's not the way that I saw it, Steve.
No,
I saw it as a score.
I recognize that. It might be the poor angle or your lack of attentiveness. I'm not certain, but we did see that second free throw go in.
Yes.
10-point lead for the Gophers. You know, prior to this game, I was actually going to call to Florence High School and make a bet that the loser would have to wear the opposing team's mask for a day. And looking at where we are right now, I would be a little nervous had I taken that bet at this point.
Steve, I would have taken that bet any day.
And Ramos drives it up and in, 10-point lead. Both teams able to score coming out of halftime. Dribbling through the defense there is Morgan Tompkins off of her leg. It's going to be Gopher basketball, and we're going to have a timeout. 30-second timeout called by Santan Foothills very early here in quarter number 3. So if you're Coach Habiger here, Mr. Haugen, why'd you call that timeout, and what are you saying to your team right now?
You know, I think as they came out, they're still just looking a little bit out of control. You know, the ball handling is just a little bit loose, and maybe she just needs to give them a quick regroup, make sure they're good to go, drop the right play, make sure everybody's focused back on the game. Jordan Castaneda brings it in. Ramos takes it down the court. Kicks it out to Araceli Gortares. Back to Ramos. Gortares sets it up, takes it down the middle, and scores the 2. Again, that aggressive defense by the Gophers
And
creates a
we're
little
working
confusion.
on a little bit of a video problem here, Mr. Haugen. I tried to see what might be going on here.
Araceli Gortares gets the 2. Off the hands of Draves. to A.J. Williams.
Personal foul on attendance. Araceli, what it is.
Number 12, Tompkins, ready to pass it in. Mackenzie Hikas takes her third foul. Morgan Tompkins at the line. Makes her first. Angelica Gortares in for Araceli Gortares. Tompkins shooting her second. And makes the second one. Again, Miller, as you said earlier, these free throws are going to be key. And Tompkins has been pretty solid with her free throws tonight.
Yeah, after a little bit of a shaky start, the free throws have been a lot higher percentage here, and that's a big reason why this is still only a 12-point lead.
Farmer goes for the three, misses.
Morgan Tompkins with the rebound as she works the ball up court. Mallory Matthews receives the pass off the glass, cuts this to a 10-point lead, and like we were talking about in this going into halftime, no quit in the Santan Foothills team. Even when they get down, they still put up the points and claw their way back in to these games.
Hikas with the rebound, puts it back up, just missed it.
And so hard to out-rebound her. 6'1", really tall, long arms.
Farmer with the takeaway. She's going to take it in with the basket and draws the foul.
Good defensive effort there by Draves, but she does come across the arm, and that's going to be an and one. 2-point shot is good. Farmer at the line shooting one free throw. One minute, 40 seconds remaining in quarter number 3 as we await the one and only free throw from Farmer at the line. Shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Armani Rodriguez, who works the ball up the court. Tries to complete that long pass to Shantaria Sanders, but that's something that hasn't been working for Santan all night. These long passes down the full length of the court. Most of those have been a little errant, and you'd like to see either the pace slow down or change the way you're running that offensive play to make these passes a little bit easier, because they're so long that the Gophers are able to close on it pretty routinely.
Yes. Ramos spins, just can't get that basket in. Farmer in to disrupt. Another long pass. Scarborough with the rebound and the interception. Jordan Castaneda with the nice pass from Lily Ramos.
Yeah, those long passes are just up for grabs for so long, and this Gopher team is so quick to react that having those connect with the player you want them to is a pretty tall order.
A.J. Williams sets the offense up, regroups, takes it in.
Plenty of opportunities there for Santan. Shots still don't fall, but we do have a foul called. Referee's going to report a foul on, looks like that's going to be on number 3, which is Castaneda Hinton. Her first, and we'll have Armani Rodriguez at the line shooting 2. 14-point lead for the Gophers. First free throw is no good as we see Juliana Paulson coming in for the Gophers. Second shot is no good as we watch the Gophers take the ball up the court. Liliana Ramos is fouled as she starts her break towards the basket. And a lot fewer fouls called this time than when we were at this part of the game last half, or at least more balanced, it seems. A lot of fouls went against Florence, and here in the second half, we're tied 14 fouls apiece, so fouls have kind of balanced themselves out here.
Yes. Shariah Moore sends it in to Sanders. A.J. Williams.
A good trapping defense right there by the Gophers. Pass mishandled by Shariah Moore. Picked up by Liliana Ramos. And that's one of those plays right there. You've got Liliana Ramos on the sophomore Shariah Moore, and you see that senior experience and that senior leadership having a big impact on that play. Is kind of that was a one-on-one effort play.
Scarborough puts it up, gets the 2.
And that buzzer will end the third quarter of play. We head to the fourth and final quarter. Florence leading Santan 43-27.
Teams are back out of the court, ready to start the fourth quarter.
And we're going to see what Santan Foothills can put together here. You got 8 minutes remaining, down by 14. You've seen a lot of effort and a lot of shots that had the chance to go in that just didn't fall the way of the SaberCats. But if you're going to start closing in on this lead, you're going to have to do it here pretty soon. And that's a good start there if you're a SaberCat fan, as that ball dribbles out of bounds off of the Gophers. Santan will inbound the ball. Full court press put on by Florence. Morgan Tompkins is fouled as Liliana Ramos and Aubrey Farmer tried to trap her there in the corner. Full court press is still put on by the Gophers.
That is a very big characteristic of Coach Bob Bellemare, is to always run that full court press. It's never letting up.
Well, and there was a time when that full court press was run almost exclusively and to pretty good effect, but you wonder if something like having all the girls wear masks during competition and the extra energy, if that was something that factored into his coaching decision to really use that less than we've seen in previous seasons.
I'll ask him about that tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll have to get a full post-game interview report from Mr. Haugen. Shot is up and in by Paulson. Santan working the ball inside, pass back out to Santeria Sanders. Three-point attempt is no good, rebounded by Angelica Gortares. Over to Ramos, into number 23, Keely Scarborough. That lead extends to 20 points now. Strong start for the Gophers coming in out of fourth quarter as we see a steal. That steal by Aubrey Farmer. Passed up to
And a travel.
Lily Ramos, but just didn't catch that ball in rhythm. And we have number 15, Trinity Gutierrez, joining the SaberCats out on the court. That's the first time that we've called her name tonight, but she's the sophomore power forward.
Tompkins takes it down through the lane. Does some nice bobbing and weaving. Just not able to make that basket. Ramos brings it down over to Scarborough.
And Shariah Moore gets her hands on that long pass, but once again a long pass ill-advised by the SaberCats gives Ramos a chance. No good. Put back by Juliana Paulson. 2-point Florence, and now we're looking what seemingly seconds ago was a 10-point lead is now ballooned into a 22-point Gopher lead.
Armani Rodriguez gets the 2.
Yeah, Gophers have the answer to that last score, but we're going to have to see him put more points on the board in faster succession. A great steal there by Morgan Tompkins, who loses her footing. Florence gets the ball back as they work the ball in past the top of the key, out to the wing. Bounces off Moore, retained and passed back to Liliana Ramos of the Gophers. Bounce pass to the inside to the breaking Farmer. Shot is good. First foul of the game called on Trinity Gutierrez. Farmer at the line shooting one free throw.
Gophers bring in fresh legs.
And that shot fails to hit the rim, so it is going to be a violation. We're going to have a full timeout on the court. Full timeout called by Santan Foothills. We'll take a 60-second break, and we'll be back in just a moment.
We're back from the 30-second timeout. Tompkins brings it in and down the court.
Oh, that pass intended for Armani Rodriguez across the key, just off her fingertips. You like the idea, but that ball does go out of bounds, and Gophers bring the ball up. Oh, good hustle play there by Morgan Tompkins, who takes the ball the length of the court, drives it up, lays it in. 2-point Santan and 20-point lead.
Tompkins could sense that. She saw that one coming all the way. Cortares to Castaneda. Down to Hikas with the rebound.
Oh, and before any of that play happens, we have a timeout granted to the Gophers. It'll be a 30-second timeout called by Florence with 4 minutes and 28 seconds remaining to go. 20-point lead. And you can see Coach Bellemare there talking to the ladies about the inbound play. They're going to be inbounding the ball underneath the basket. And even in these 20-point games right here, you can kind of read the flow of the game. You can kind of read where it's going. But there's still a lot to play for, because if you're the Gophers, despite having a 20-point lead, you still have games coming up in the future. You're probably thinking about the playoffs towards the end of the season, and you want to make sure that you get as much live game action as you can running these inbound plays and running them outside of the practice environment. So still a lot of work to do for the Gophers. And the same can be said about Santan Foothills, who you may be down by 20 points, but for the next 4 minutes, you have a chance to practice some of your plays, to work on your team chemistry, to work on your shot, and get a lot of benefit out of these last 4 minutes outside of just simply the score of the game.
Absolutely. Jump ball. Gophers get the benefit of that one. Angelica Gortares sends it into Araceli Gortares. Takes it down the court.
On another steal there by Morgan Tompkins, who passes it up to A.J. Williams. The fight for the ball finally passed out to Emily Sarton.
Off the fingers of Mackenzie Hikus.
Yeah, and there's another example of that aggressive rebounding where Mallory Matthews seemed to be in good position, but Hikus goes up, she gets those long arms in and contests, and even though she didn't get the rebound, that was a lot more difficult a play for Santan than it should have been.
Number 15, Trinity Gutierrez with the 2 points.
And if I'm looking at the stat sheet, that might be one of the first baskets she's had this season, so congratulations to Trinity Gutierrez. And like we were talking about earlier, that's why this time is so important. Like, you get the time for your younger players, and there's still a lot of positive that comes out of the last 4 minutes of a game like this.
Looks like Tompkins is down.
Yeah, you can see her holding her leg there, like right around her calf. And kind of looking where they're working on her calf right there, you wonder if maybe that could be a cramp. We've seen during the last 20 minutes of game time the amount of hustle, the amount of breakaway speed she's had, diving over the court, and like we talked about earlier, a lot of these players with the school closure haven't been as active, haven't been doing a lot of things that they would normally do when school's open, and so that can have an impact here as we're nearly an hour and a half of real time into this game.
You know, you talked earlier about the athletes wearing masks on the court and how that might affect them towards the end of the game. You know, the whole game there's been a little bit of a struggle on both teams with some of the ball handling on passes, and it's good to see Tompkins up on this one. But as you watch closely, both teams, they just look like they're just in that gassed mode towards the end.
But you can see that these ladies from Santan Foothills are really leaving it all on the court. It doesn't matter what the score is. They're going to play just as hard as they can until that final buzzer goes off. And I'm not going to lie, I'm getting older. Sometimes I get a Charlie horse just like sitting on the couch, so I can only imagine what it's like for the ladies out here actually playing a sport.
Yeah, last night I got a cramp in my leg as I was pulling laundry out of the dryer.
So both of us very familiar with the trials and tribulations that these ladies are going through out on the court, with the level of athletic skill exhibited by everyone present right now.
Yes, absolutely.
A.J. Williams inbounds the ball. That is complete to Trinity Gutierrez, but knocked away.
Mackenzie Hikus.
Yeah. Those long arms by Hikus knocks the pass down. Jump ball is going to be in possession of Santan Foothills as Shariah Moore heads to the baseline to inbound this basketball. Passes up Shot no good by Morgan Tompkins.
AJ
Rebounded,
Williams.
passed over to A.J. Williams.
Two and a half minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Gophers continue to work the ball near the top of the key. Definitely slowing the pace down here as we have 2 minutes and 18 seconds remaining.
Gophers retain possession. Castaneda gets set to take it in.
And you got Morgan Tompkins checking back into this game right here. So after you see what appears to be kind of maybe a calf pull or a muscle pull, good to see her back in here finishing out this game strong.
Tamor sets up for the three. Tompkins with the rebound. A.J. Williams gets the two.
Oh, A.J. Williams coming on strong here at the end of the game, letting her presence be felt. Because all of a sudden you're a 16-point lead or a 14-point lead. Where's this?
And
2-point basket there. Pushes it back to 16.
Mallory Matthews goes up for the shot, misses, but draws the foul. Mackenzie Hikas for the Gophers.
And one of the interesting things about this game to me is kind of the slow growth of this lead. It wasn't the Gophers putting on dozens of points in a row. It wasn't these breaks, these runs. It was very slowly. At the end of the first quarter, you're down by 4 or 5, and then at halftime, you're down by 10. And so both these teams have played at a very consistent level. It's just unfortunately for the Santan Foothills fans that Gophers have played at a consistently just slightly higher level.
Matthews.
That free throw is up and in. 1 minute, 15 seconds remaining to go in this ball game. Ball worked inside, comes loose. Once again, that is Morgan Tompkins who passes the ball. Intended for Shariah Moore. Intercepted.
Scarborough.
Yeah. And Scarborough is a freshman that's really come in and had a noticeable impact on this game. Maybe not with like the scoring of, say, a Lily Ramos, but lots of rebounds and has her hands in a lot of these plays.
Yeah, I think both teams have a couple of freshmen who are just really going to be fun to watch in the next 4 years here.
With this being an in-district rivalry game and both these teams in the same division, it's one of those games where with basketball, you're going to have these two teams matched up twice a year, every year for the foreseeable future. And you're going to really build this rivalry, and it's going to be a lot of fun over the coming years.
I can't wait. 28 seconds left in this game. Gophers lead 53-39.
You can see Coach Habiger continuing to coach there as she talks to the Santan Foothills team about what their plan is for the remaining 28 seconds. And in there you can see Tompkins right there, front and center along with her teammates. 28 seconds left, 20-point deficit, doesn't matter. Still listening to coach, still talking about what they're going to do when they get back out there on the court, never giving up. And that ball not touched. So it will go back to the baseline. It will be Santan Foothills basketball. Pass comes into A.J. Williams, who then finds Morgan Tompkins. Nice pass.
Gets to drop it down again.
Assist by Morgan Tompkins, but Mallory Matthews right there to handle that pass and lay it up and in. Then on the other end of the court, Matthews with the rebound. On that buzzer will end the first of 2 games we have tonight, Mr. Haugen. In this first game, ends up being a 12-point Gopher win. 41-53 is the final score as Gophers take the first of this basketball doubleheader. We will have the boys varsity match coming up here shortly. For anybody watching those games or wanting to catch them, this live stream here is going to end, and a new one will start on both the channels. So whether you're watching on the Santan Foothills channel or on the Florence channel, the stream's going to stop, and a new one will pop on here in about 5 minutes for the boys game.
Looking forward to it. Can't wait.
And we'll be back.